Okay guys, I'm at an airport again and yeah, I'm taking another trip. But this video is all about this guy, the Galaxy S25 Ultra. And this will be about 2 months or 2 months plus that I'm using this device. So the video is going to be all about what I've experienced, what I think about the S25 Ultra as I've traveled with it. Now, the last 2 months I've been to Tokyo, I've been to Barcelona, I've been to the UK, I've been to San Francisco, and now I am traveling to Singapore today. That's why I'm at the airport. And I'm at the lounge right now, but I'll be heading to the gate pretty soon because they're about to board. And I'll be taking the Singapore Airlines A350-1000 on a direct 18-hour long flight. This is the world's longest flight in my mind. I know there's one slightly longer in New York, but whatever. The whole video is going to be about the S25 Ultra, showcasing a lot of what you get with this device in the last 2 months, and also some of my trip, because it's going to be fun. 18 hours on the plane. Right, this is the third time I'm doing this, so yeah, let's go. So I landed in Singapore. It's a sunny day today. They said it was going to rain, but it's super, super bright. I'm actually using my lens filter here, but it was a great flight. 18 hours. It felt more like an 8-hour flight, to be fair. Service was great with Singapore Airlines. Absolutely fantastic. As I mentioned, I'm flying with Poco on this trip. I've been doing a lot of trips. I went to Japan, was in Frankfurt for like a short layover, and then went to Barcelona, then San Francisco. So a lot of photos been taken on this device, which you're going to see throughout the video, including just some of the stuff on my flights. Like this flight that I took, the food was fantastic. Having like pork rib noodle soup at like 30,000 feet, and it tasted fresh, amazing. But again, the S25 Ultra is versatile. We know that this comes with the 200 megapixels camera sensor, ultra wide. Of course, the telephoto is the same. But you know, a lot of people have given this camera flack. I like it because it does a really good job of taking pictures of me. You've seen my black test, but we're gonna explore just using this device. Some of the things I do like to use, I'll mention quickly, is the morning brief, and of course using Gemini. Using Gemini for just reminders, which is great. So my morning brief is here. Kind of, you can't see it. I'll screenshot it. I know why I was doing that, but gives you like a brief of my day and what I'm doing. Fantastic stuff. But I need to go grab breakfast, and the guys are waiting for me. So I'll see you guys soon. Oh, by the way, how did I get business class on that flight? I was booked premium economy, and then I upgraded using points on Singapore Airlines. You can transfer that from American Express to Singapore Airlines, their partner. No, so it was like 95,000 points, to be correct. 95,000 points for it. But it was worth it for 18 hours. Can't complain. Okay, here's audio eraser at 35,000 feet, and let's see how well it does in taking away the background noise of the plane. Now the A350-1000 is a pretty quiet aircraft compared to the 777, so it should do a pretty good job here in just cutting out that noise, but that's fine. Racer at 35,000 feet, and let's see how well it does in taking away the noise of the plane. Now the A350-1000 is a pretty quiet aircraft compared to the 777, so it should do a pretty good job here in just cutting out that noise, but that's fine. So I'm back in the hotel. I spent the whole day with Poco. They took us around Singapore. It was great. It was a good time. This is a fun city. I went to a place called Sentosa area where we shot a lot, shot with the Poco, but I also spent time with the S25 Ultra. Spent a good amount of time with this, so a lot of the footage you see, of course, is in there. And the battery life on this device is good. It's much improved from last year. Combination of the 8 Elite chipset with its battery efficiency, also with the device itself. So it's good to actually see that in action. But I do wish that Samsung changed its battery technology using lithium batteries, so instead of the new silicon carbon batteries that you see the likes of like the Oppos and Xiaomi use, that can give you bigger batteries and also longer battery life. So that is something that needs to happen. Also, charging. We're at 45-watt charging in Samsung. We need to get higher. I mean, your competitors are doing 80, 90, 120. Even the Poco. Yeah, this phone here is doing 120 watts charging right here. So, come on, Samsung, like, you can do better. But that being said, the battery life is still very good on this device, and also, yes, even though it's 25 watts charging, it still works well. But anyway, I think it's solid for now.
I really love the hardware. I'm waiting for a camera software update, but I think it's going to be solid throughout the year.
AI. Let's talk about that. That is one of the biggest features with this device. And that's one that I kind of use quite a bit. Not the ones you think, by the way. The S25 Ultra has a ton of AI features, we know that. Generative AI, especially with images, is something a lot of people use. I've used it for a couple of images here and there, especially when I'm posting on social. It works well. Circle to search is a standard. I use that whenever I can if I'm looking for something. It's, again, super easy to use. Now, the ones that are quite interesting that I've found myself using more is, of course, using Gemini. And Gemini is really fluid. I talked about that earlier, but it's the fact that Gemini works really well and kind of, works in tandem with, the Galaxy AI system. So if you're searching for something and you want to save that as a reminder, or want to save it as, you want to save it into your calendar, it can do that for you quite smoothly. And then there's the reminders. I like the fact that it flows into the apps. It's not as tidy as I would like, but it's getting there. Now, the other thing too is, of course, the briefs. There's the morning brief, tonight's brief. I've got here, it says tonight's brief right here. I've got a few things here, nothing too crazy. My morning brief is a little bit more extensive, but I wish this did a little bit more. I wish it tapped into more, like when I had my Galaxy Ring on, it did show some of my health benefits there as well. So that trickles into this. It's a nice touch. I just want to see more out of it. So hopefully if you have like Gemini Pro, or if you also have like other AI tools can tap into this, that's something I would like to see from this section. But AI has been really cool with this stuff. And then there's gaming, right? That's something that I do a lot on my smartphones. You guys know that quite well. On the S25 Ultra, it handles that very well. A couple of new games that I've been playing lately is, of course, Call of Duty Warzone. Not really a new game, but it's one that actually works now properly on the device. And also Grid Legends, which we saw at Snapdragon Summit. And the game is really nice. Graphically, it looks really great. You know the benchmarks on this device anyway. I don't need to show you that. I might show you. And also playing with the controller also works really well on the device. That's the biggest I mentioned. I want to see more high graphical games being played on the system. Now, there are ways to do that. It's a little convoluted and annoying. I've tried it. It hasn't worked on the S25 Ultra for me yet, but once I do, I'll do a separate video for you guys. But the gaming experience is good. Audio is great, sounds really good. And as a gamer, I think that's fun. But there are other aspects to the device, and especially with the cameras, which we've seen throughout this video.
25 Ultra is a good upgrade if you have an S22 or older. But if you have anything more, I would upgrade.
S25 Ultra is dope, only if you're upgrading from like an S21 or S22. Other than that, I probably would skip it.
So as we go through this like mini world tour with the S25 Ultra, I use this device everywhere I go. It's my mainstay. And one of the places, of course, is Tokyo in Japan, which I went earlier this year with Sony to go check out some of the new Sony TVs. If you've seen the video on the channel, go watch it. And also where I got this bad boy. This is my Gundam here, and this thing, I got it actually 2 years ago, not this current trip, but two years ago. It's absolutely gorgeous, look at it. But that's beside the point. Tokyo is a great place in capturing imagery in the city and just exploring. I was doing a lot of camera comparisons, so the S25 Ultra, of course, was part of those comparisons, especially with the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, which is a dope device. It held its own, and also it's a great place to be. Food is fantastic there, people are great. Lots to see. I didn't get enough chance to go see a lot of the scenery or go to places that I usually go to because this was my third time in Tokyo. But it's still a beautiful place, and I'd love to go back again. There's so much to see and do, and I need more action figures. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Gundam fan, but this looks absolutely Just look at that. This looks absolutely gorgeous.
A really great solid package. My favorite thing though, AR glasses with DeX.
S25 Ultra. Personally, I have issues with the phone mainly for the software. Hardware, really good. Cameras, a little bit of a disappointment this year, but I think they're actually a little bit of an improvement over last year. Just tiny bit.
I am back. Yes, I'm back in the States. And it's been fun. It was fun traveling around. It was fun that I actually went around the globe in just one direction. Definitely miss my family though. My son, my wife. So I'm glad I'm back. And also the experience with S25 Ultra, which is what you're watching this video for, has been a very fun mixed one. Mixed in the sense that the device still looks very familiar and feels very familiar. Fun is that it's brought a lot of new things, even though it's got this like old shell, if you will. Speaking case, if you guys are wondering. The S25 Ultra, I like the improvements that you have just on the pure physical level. The processor, Snapdragon 8 Elite, fantastic. Imagery is better, but it still has deficits as you've seen with some of my comparisons with things like the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. You get the idea. Then you also have, you know, the S Pen. No remote camera feature with the Bluetooth. I never used it that much, but still a bummer they took it out. It just really is. And then there's also the slower charging, which we've got faster charging Samsung. And I would like to see longer battery. And granted, don't get me wrong, the battery life has been great, but they are better out there. And this is supposed to be the main Ultra device. Now, when you set all this aside, the fun parts are really good with this device. All the AI features are better than any other phone. The usability with, you know, One UI 7 is also really good. I like just everything is located more at the bottom. I also like the fact that, yes, the camera is still very good and you're still getting good battery life overall. I think a lot of people might feel a little let down with the S25 Ultra. I like where it is, but I do understand clearly that it's not the most Ultra phone. And in an era where we have a lot of Ultra phones with a lot of Ultra features, I think it's time that Samsung with the S26 Ultra sets the standard again. I mean, they were the standard bearer. So putting it out there that Samsung, you have work to do. You can't rest on your laurels. Yes, you've made a really solid device, but it's not the creme de la creme. It can compete very well. It can stand on its own, but it can't fully stand out to being the best Ultra. So those are my thoughts for the S25 Ultra in the last 2 to 3 months. I still love it. I think it's a great device. I still think it's one of the best devices you'll find, but it's got a lot of work ahead of it. So if you have any questions, any comments, or you're looking to pick one up, I know it's a difficult time now, especially with tariffs, and we don't know what those price increases will be. If there are no tariffs when you watch this video and you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it. If there are tariffs, maybe you look for a used one. Honestly, it's funky time, but you get the idea. This is Thunder E saying thank you. If you have any questions, let me know, and always enjoy entertainment.